Welcome to the last MuseScore tutorial. Note entry for drum set parts is a little different to note entry for other instruments. This tutorial will cover entering drum set parts. When you set up your score, it is very important to choose a drum set stave so that MuseScore will play back drum set sounds later on when we add in notes. So put drum set part. I am going to create a basic rock pattern today, so I'll choose the 5-line drum stave. A basic drum set pattern is usually made up of two rhythmically independent parts, the hi-hat and the snare drum, or in voice 1 with stems pointing up, and the bass drum is in voice 2 with the stems pointing down. We will start by entering the hi-hat part. Select the bar and then press N to enter into note entry mode. Next, select the rhythmic value of the first hi-hat note and 8th note from the toolbar at the top, or as we already discussed before, if we press the number 4 we will get the 8th note. Open the drum palette by clicking on the word drums. If you can't see these palettes down the left hand side of your screen, go to display and palette. Each of the items here in the drum palette represents a specific note head and sound for the drum set stave. I am going to select the closed hi-hat. Click in the bar to create the first note and then keep on entering notes until you have a total of 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. It really doesn't matter where you click on the stave. MuseScore knows that you are entering a hi-hat part and will always place it in the correct position on the top of the stave. Press the escape key on your computer keyboard twice when you finish to exit note entry mode and to deselect the last note you entered. We will next enter the snare part. I want the snare on the 2nd and the 4th beats in the bar. First, I'll select beat 2 and press N to enter note entry mode again. Next, I'll make sure the 8th note is still selected on the toolbar, and then I will choose the acoustic snare drum from the drum palette, which is right here. Click on the beat 2 to create the first note, and then click again on beat 4 to create the second snare drum note. Press escape twice when you've finished. Lastly, we want to add the bass drum part on B1 and 3 in the bar. Select the first note in the bar and press N. This time, however, I want to write the bass drum notes into voice 2 and not into voice 1, so I'll make sure to click on the voice 2 button at the top. I know that I'm about to write into voice 2 because my cursor goes green, as you can see here. I'll select quarter note from the toolbar and then select the bass drum sound from the drum palette on the left. I'll select the acoustic bass drum. Now I can click on beat 1 and then on beat 3 to create the notes. Press escape twice again when you're finished. The last thing I'll do is tidy up my drum pattern by dragging the 1 beat rest down a little so they don't overlap the snare drum notes. So there we go. There we go. Perfect. The end result is a drum set pattern that sounds like a drum set when you play it back. So let's play back there. Once you've completed one bar, select it by clicking inside the bar and then press the letter R for repeat to copy it onto the following bars. And then you can simply play it back. And then we have had our drum set parts.